Hi everybody and welcome to David's Garage. Today I'm going to be doing an unboxing of some boots that I just picked up from Grant Stone. Alright, so these are the Grant Stone Diesel boot in dark olive Chromexcel. Alrighty, so the packaging on Grant Stone is always really nice. They give you a little thank you card. And then they give you this really nice, I guess, rag or towel that you can use to try the boot on, or I guess wipe stuff off of the boot if you need to. And then you can see they package them in two nice boot bags and some foam. So, oh, and then they also gave me an extra set of laces, and they gave me this little Grant Stone shoehorn. Again, these are the diesel boots from Grant Stone in Olive Chromexcel. So if you guys aren't familiar with Grant Stone, they are they're a boot company. I believe they're based out of Michigan, but their boots are manufactured over in China. And so they're pretty well known for having really nice quality materials with really good finishing. Their prices used to be super competitive a few years ago, but over the years, because of inflation, they've raised their prices higher and higher. So now they're not as good as a deal as they used to be, but they're still really high quality boots, I believe. All right, so this leather really doesn't need any introduction. It is Chromexcel. It is the most popular boot leather in the world. Chromexcel, it's a combination tan leather. So it's chrome tanned and then it's veg retanned. And they pack it with lots of oils and waxes, and they give it this really nice finish. It's a very versatile leather in terms of it can be shined up and dressed up really nicely, depending on the style of boot. And overall it's got really nice durability, and it's got some pull-up, so you can see that pull-up effect when I rub the inside. So like I said, Chromexcel doesn't need any introduction. It's probably the most popular boot leather in the whole world. It's manufactured out of Chicago by the Horween Tannery. It's got a really nice temper to it, so it's nice and malleable. I know in my experience for my boots that I've been in Chromexcel, I've never had any bad break-ins. The leather has always been nice and not too difficult to break in. It's always been, I'd say, break-in is always on the easier side for me for Chromexcel. Okay, so on their website, Grant Stone, they say Chromexcel leather is tanned by Horween in Chicago, is incredibly resilient while offering unparalleled character. The hot stuffed tannages, natural oils, and waxes create an unmistakable pull-up effect and supple feel. Creasing and color variation are to be expected on these natural aniline leathers, and each pair will develop differently as each hide is unique. You can see this boot is fully leather lined, and Grant Stone, they say this is a full grain kip leather lining. I can't really measure the leather just because it is fully lined, but let's just see what it says here. So with the lining leather, it says that this leather is just about 3.6 millimeters thick. So that means there's a good amount of thickness on this leather, because this lining leather is super thin. So yeah, just around 3.6 millimeters. That's a good amount of thickness with the Chromexcel leather and then the lining leather. So that's nice. All right, so now let's talk about this last. The diesel boot from Grant Stone, they are built on Grant Stone's Leolast. Grant Stone, they say that derived from our experience fitting and developing various orthopedic shaped lasts designed for specific foot shapes, the Leo features a moderate arch, heel control, medial support, and forefront freedom. It embodies a traditional welted shoe shape while prioritizing all-day support and comfort. Let's see, so in my opinion, the Leolast is a good last. I like it, it's not bad. In my experience, it's got a nice grip on my heel, not super firm, and then the waist isn't super slim. It's got kind of like a good amount of width in the ball, and then you can see the toe box. It's not the the widest, roundest toe box. It's definitely got a little bit of an elongated oval shape, but from the side you can see it's not the most voluminous toe box. It definitely tapers down pretty low when you get to the toe area. I know that this size fits me nicely, and so my foot actually does fit nicely in this last as a size 10D. And I just, in my experience, compared to like other toe boxes, it's not the roomiest toe box. It's definitely lower volume in terms of height, but I would say it's like almost like a perfect fit. Like there's no spare room for my foot, but overall it's a good last, I think. I would probably compare this last to Parkhurst 618 last. I know the 618 last from Parkhurst, it's a little bit wider in the ball actually, and a little bit slimmer in the heel compared to the Leo last. But in terms of like volume and room around my foot, I feel like the 618 last and the Leo last from Grant Stone are pretty similar, especially in terms of volume, because that 618 last from Parkhurst has a nice slim low profile toe box similar to the Leo last. Again, that's just my opinion. Let's see, for construction, you can see that these boots, these are Goodyear welted. They are 360-degree Goodyear welted, so it goes all the way around the boot. And Grant Stone looks like they do a split reverse welt. They do a split reverse welt on a lot of their boots. I don't love split reverse welts or storm welts, but yeah, you know, Grant Stone's finishing is always really nice. Their boots are always really well made. But the split reverse welt, you know, they cut the welt, that's the edge of the welt that's sticking inward, and they turn up a little flap. So that's what that little flap is around the boot right there. It's part of the welt that's just folded up. Makes the welt look a little bit chunkier, makes the boot a little bit chunkier. All right, so now let's go over the build. So on Grant Stone's website, let's see what they say. They say this boot comes equipped with our lug rubber sole, which is built to handle all seasons. The rubber compound features a medium density and combines traction and durability. They say it's Goodyear weld construction, built on the Leo last, Chromexcel from Horween, full grain kip leather lining, 360 degrees, split reverse welt, has antique brass eyelets and speed hooks, has a vegetable tanned leather insole, welt and midsole, has cork filler with steel shank, and has full grain leather heel counters. Yeah, and it says lug rubber sole again. And then it says every pair crafted in our factory in China. So I actually did have the Crimson Chromexcel diesel boots from Grant Stone, but I actually got rid of those. I sold them because I didn't really wear them. But when I saw that Grant Stone released this Olive Chromexcel, I really like this color. I think it's really nice. And then when I saw that they put their lug sole on it rather than their day-night copycat sole, I was like, oh, this is a really nice build. I really like that. I really like the lug sole. You can see looks like it's a dark brown color, so it's not black. Leather in the heel stack. They got a leather midsole. This is the Goodyear welt, and then they have cork filling to fill the cavity created by the welt. And they said they have their steel shank right there. And then if you can see inside the boot, you can see they have a full veg tan leather insole. They have a little half sock liner on the back on the heel section right there. And looks like there is a little bit of foam underneath it. And when I feel it with my fingers, I can feel just a little bit of foam under that sock liner right there on the heel section. And of course you can see fully leather lined, even got lining on the tongue. They got 1, 2, 3, 4 eyelets and then 3 speed hooks. And you can see this tongue is partially gusseted, so it's partially gusseted. Looks like the gusset goes to just about the same height as this third eyelet. And let's see. Okay, so this toe, it does feel like they have some structure in there, so it's probably a Celastic toe structure. And then they did say they have a veg tan heel counter, so that feels nice and sturdy. Oh, for the speed hooks, you can see they don't have the star pressed speed hooks, so the metal on the back of the speed hooks, it's not that sharp, metal that's pressed inward. It looks like they have like a nice smooth metal on the backs of these speed hooks, so that's nice. Okay, so let's measure these boots now. Okay, so for the heel, we go from the top of the welt to the very bottom of the heel. It is an inch and 2 millimeters. And then if we just go from the bottom of that outsole to the very bottom of the heel, this heel is just about 3/4 of an inch. And then if we measure the midsole, we can see that midsole is 2 millimeters thick from the top of the boot to the very bottom. Let's see, these are, looks like they are just about 2 millimeters short of 7 inches tall. So just barely under 7 inches. All right, and if we measure from the very top of the boot to the top of the welt, these are 5 3/4 of an inch tall. And then if we measure from the inside, these are maybe 5 and looks like 2 millimeters tall. So 5 inches and 2 millimeters tall from the inside of the boot. So what are my initial impressions on the build quality and the finishing? Well, I mean, it's exactly what I would expect from Grandstone. The materials are great. I mean, it's just a really solid boot. And so I really like that they did this diesel boot in this Olive Chromexcel with a lug sole. Definitely is a boot that I'll wear for like nights out in the town, like just like on the weekends. This is like a really nice, just like casual weekend boot, or like something you can even like probably dress up a little bit. Definitely, you know, Grandstone's finishing is up there in terms of like overall just quality and value for what you're paying for. Grandstone, they got, you know, all no nonsense materials, all good materials. They're definitely a staple in the just heritage and casual boot industry. They're definitely not as good as the value as they were a few years ago, just because their prices have creeped up higher and higher. All right, let's try these bad boys on. So again, these are a 10D. I am a 10.5D on the Brannock. And so I just went with my Iron Ranger size. This is the same size I wear in Truman boots on the casual last, on same size that I get in Parkhurst, and these fit me perfectly. These fit me like a glove. So yeah, I can feel my heel is being cupped nicely actually. I got on my instep, and my waist is actually being gripped also pretty nicely. In terms of width and length, I think length, they probably give you a little bit more length than width, just because when I'm wiggling my feet and my toes are probably closer to the sides than they are to the front. Yeah, volume-wise, I feel like, yeah, it's definitely not the roomiest toe box, but my toes do not feel squished at all, so yeah, I feel like this is like the perfect size. Comfort-wise, let's see, comfort-wise, yeah, these are pretty decently comfort. Obviously, they're super stiff because, you know, they're brand new out of the box. As I wear them more and more, I'm sure they'll become way, way more and more comfortable. Arch support. Arch support is, you know, just like your standard service boot, heritage boot. It's nothing special. I don't feel really super high arch support. Just like I said, just your standard service boot. So let's see, do I have any concerns? No concerns. So yeah, I picked these up on Grandstone's Black Friday sale. It's just a really clean looking service boot. But yeah, that's everything I have for you guys today. If you guys have any questions, or if you guys have, you know, experience with the Grandstone diesel boot, you know, let me know what your thoughts are down in the comments below. Otherwise, I appreciate your time. Hope you have a good rest of your day, and I will see you on the next video.